envy my arrogance, but ain't nobody stopping me. That's how I go when you pay for them shows and you study that pen by.
The fuck, there we go. Now we're no longer muted, and I definitely hit the intro a little bit too early. What's going on there, hot mamas and cool cats? Welcome back to the hottest cat in all the land, the one and only Dead on Dave. We're back on YouTube today, and we have an old friend, an old buddy, a brother, the one, the only, the very gay Film Oddities. How you doing, Tobesy?
Hey.
Yeah, you know, just because you're happy that Wendy's coming back again for another season. I'm sure that's all that has to do with. Jesus.
Wendy?
Yeah, Wendy Williams. She's about to start a new fucking season.
Oh, no, I'm off the Wendy Williams.
You're not still sucking her clit, huh?
Well, I never was. She was a trash fire that I enjoyed.
Oh, you loved that clitty litter of hers. You were all about it. Don't act like you didn't die for all of that dump to be just all over your face, neck, and chest. Don't act like you.
How you doing?
How you doing? Go ahead and act like a dog for me because you're all my bitches. How you doing? I hate that cunt. I've always hated that cunt.
What?
I can't stand her. Tobes, it's good to have you again, my friend. It's been a little while since we've been back on Dead on Dave Live, but life sucks. So
yeah, doesn't it? On that note, I do have a depressing story we can get into now or later.
Fantastic. I'm so excited to hear a depressing story on a day when we're supposed to be reviewing goddamn Archer season 11. But that is going to be the topic of the story today. And by the way, welcome in, everybody. How you guys doing? It's good to see you. This is more about you than us at the end of the day. And today we are going to be talking about Archer season 11, episodes 1 and 2. And we got season 11, episode 3 and 4, I think, in the next couple of days. I don't know what day.
I think they're releasing them on different days. I think they just debuted the new season with 2 episodes, and then it'd be like a weekly thing.
Oh, really? So it might not, it's just going to be, it could be a different day than it was last week.
Yeah.
Because I remember last year it was every 2, they did 2 episodes at a time. I'm assuming that's what they'll continue to do. And it's a really, really, really good idea.
That is true because of like the format of the show and the fact that it's 20 minutes. It gives enough people shit to talk about, and also like it fills up more time.
Well, it reminds me of the old days, you know, the old cartoon days where you would get 2. You would always get 2 back in the day, and maybe not new episodes, but all my blocks always had 2 of that, 2 Dragon Ball Z's, 2 Simpsons, 2. You know, I like that.
See, I didn't grow up in that era,
or in my country, or with anything great aside from saying.
Yeah.
Nick says Archer sounds like the guy from Bob's Burgers because it is the guy from Bob's Burgers. Very nice attempt at a troll there. I do not buy for a second. He's also the Arby's guy, which you knew that too, Nick.
Yeah, we have the meats. He's also that one guy from Family Guy, who's like the comic book nerd.
Oh yeah,
I think.
Yeah, the friend of Chris. He does everything. John Benjamin's been around forever. He's done a lot of things. He's been incredible in the voice acting world. He's an ugly man, which I can appreciate. He is. He's an ugly, chuddy man. Is he not?
Well, it's let's not say stuff that we can't take back.
I'm just saying he looks like Adam Savage with cancer. That's all.
He might get ripped like Cyril.
Yeah, all right. I'm not worried about Cyril Figgis. Jeez. I almost called him the other word that Archer likes to call him. I shouldn't. I definitely shouldn't say that. All right, so before
I can say it.
You can say it. That's true. You can
Cyril Faggis.
There you go. That's why you have a gay guy, so he can do all that stuff. How you doing, Nick? How you doing, Kirsty? What's going on there, Leaping Lizard? Actually, that might be. I don't know what cat eyes that is. There's 2 different in the community, and they're completely different people. Anyway, yeah, Tobes wants to take us to a depressive place before we get into the Archer, and since we are about the people here, let's get depressed. Tobes, go ahead and let's put another round in my fucking gun that I'm ready to blow.
It ends well. It ends well.
Oh, okay.
I could say that if it's still ending, but my ending is great. So I had to quit my job last week.
Your the job that you've had for a while.
Yeah, for like a year and a half now. I was a comic book store clerk, basically. I did the inventory, checked people out, recommended comics. It got really good perks. It paid well. It didn't pay well. It's just the bonuses paid well. So yeah. So I've been working there for a year and a half. I have a lot of friends there. Most of my friends on my shift know about me, know everything about me, like, you know, sexuality, religion.
You, huh?
Yeah, well, not intimately, but
they know that you are a potential, what do they call accidental roof faller at any time.
yeah. What a way to put it.
I'm just saying, at any time, if they're working with you and they know about your situation, then they can understand if you trip and fall off a roof one day. I mean, that's all.
Yeah, but they're very nice people. They wouldn't.
They all are until they make that fucking phone call, Tobes. They all are until they make that fucking phone call.
We'll get to that.
Oh no! No!
And so,
oh my god.
And so, last week, I wanted to change my shift around because I might have gotten a date. That fell through, but that's not the story.
It never is, Tobes. It never is.
So I text the group chat, and I was not aware that everyone who works at the store is in the group chat.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So there are in my, like, if I recall correctly, there are 2 people who don't know I'm gay. One of them left the group chat for a little. I don't know why.
Well,
thank God. No, before.
Okay,
yeah,
before.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah. And one of them was in there.
Oof.
I had no fucking idea. And so I'm like, hey, I need to change my shift. And everyone's asking why. And I'm like, hey, I think I have a date on Tuesday, or was it Wednesday? It doesn't matter. So let me just, move my shift around and stuff like that. And I click on, because on WhatsApp you can see who's seen your messages and stuff like that.
Right.
And I click and I see this woman that at first I didn't recognize, and then I realized, oh, she's the one that's always in the shift before me that says hi to me when she leaves.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, okay. I didn't know I was sure she didn't know, but at the same time, the comic book community here, and especially in the Middle East, especially in the area where I'm at, they're very socially progressive. Okay. So I thought nothing of it at the time. So I'm like, there's no need to worry. She'll probably say something or not say anything at all.
I should not be worried about getting murdered today.
Yeah. Until 2 minutes later, when she throws a complete hissy fit in the chat, and I sort of I didn't want to fan the flames or anything, so I sat back and my friends started defending me. Uh-oh. That's where I started to get sort of worried.
Right. Right.
And so I start sure, I'll let it be. If she has a problem, she can take it up. And, well, I wasn't pissing myself at the time because her friends are my friends, and or they were friendly with her. Right. She was very religious, and she didn't talk to the guys at work, and so I just I sort of just stayed out of it,
right?
And let them figure it out amongst themselves. And so the next day I go to work. And as soon as I walk in, it was the end of her shift. She sees me, and oh my God, it just it was a complete tantrum. It was a complete disaster. Yeah. The night before, she was complaining why didn't anyone warn me? It's like, bitch, why would anyone warn you? Yeah.
You're gonna catch the gay. Oh yeah, you got the. She was the camel Karen. I love Leaping Lizard. We had a camel Karen. Thank God. I better not.
Yeah, basically.
Keep going, Tobes. Jesus Christ.
And so I go in, and I'm like, I was like, oh shit, she's gonna have a tantrum again. She does, and she brings in the manager. The manager knows, the owner knows, and she's she's being very abusive. She's like faggot this, faggot that, but in Arabic.
What's the Arabic word for faggot? Oh shit! But what's the word? What's the Arabic word for that word?
Khanith.
Say it again.
Khanith.
No, not even close. Is that right?
There's a at the end.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
It's very, 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 very subtle. Sorry, I didn't catch the end there. Go ahead.
And so I'm like, it's very much bothering me at that point.
Well, I wonder why.
Yeah. So I cared about my safety, and I sort of understood the fact that I'm basically a second-class citizen. So I shut the fuck up and I stood back and I like waited for shit to be resolved and see what happens. So she calls the owner. Half an hour later, the owner comes in and he starts talking to her. He starts defending me, and she then says, "If I am not fired or if I don't quit, she'll go public and she'll out me." And at that point, like I've lived in this country for 21 years. Yeah. I've been out for 7 to 8 now. I've been out since I was 13. So yeah, 8 years now.
I'm sorry.
I know bullshit. I've dealt with bullshit.
Sure.
And so like I've kind of not grown like a skin towards it. I've learned to live with it.
Bit. Right? No.
I did callous.
They just don't hurt as bad as they used to. You know, when you get fucked over and over, those beef curtains don't feel as much. Yes, I know there's not a lot of endings in the fucking pussy lips. Get a joke, women. Making a game.
So I leave, and I say, "Hey man, like, thank you for everything. I'm going to go. Like, if she leaves or if there's anything you need me to do when she's not around, I'll be there."
Right.
But officially, like, I'm not an employee, but like my boss is so cool. He's like, "I'll pay you till the end of the year."
Well, that's nice.
Basically, for not even showing up. Yeah. And the next day, before her shift started, I had to go and teach some of my former coworkers how to do the inventory and how to work the system and everything like that. And he paid me for that. And to this day, it's been a week. She never ceases to bring it up. It's been 7 days now. 7 days, and yeah. Like everyone's sort of.
I'd be remiss if I didn't make light to the chat there that the Leaping Lizard said, "Wow, she even spoke to your manager." That's some Karen ass shit right there. You know, I'm utterly disgusted, man.
Yeah. But I applied for a job a few days later, and yesterday I got it, and today was the first day on the job.
All right, let me give you some advice. Shut the fuck up at the job.
No. If I'm not mistaken, the owner of the comic book store knows the owner of the studio where I work now, and I know the owner of the studio where I'm at now because he knows me from the convention circuit.
Oh.
So I'm completely fine, and my coworkers are all foreigners who are very liberal. Based on what I know, there's one openly gay guy there. I'm not openly out to them.
Don't blow him in public. No, try not to suck his dick in public. If you can avoid it, don't suck his dick in public. Brian O'Leary, what country is this? It's somewhere in Sandland, as I like to call it. Somewhere in the Sandland region. I think the thing that bothers me most about that story is that it was a woman. And a woman anywhere in Sandland, they don't exactly have it great either. It's kind of, it's a little upsetting. It's like, fucking hey, man. God, your country's so fucked up. But it's always the people, whether it's your country or my country or another country. We always talk about the politics of the country. And yes, that does breed the prejudices and all those things, but the people still have to act on it. And we still have an unbelievable amount of people who will do shit like that, whether it's against someone for being gay, whether it's against someone for being black, whether it's against someone for being white, whatever the case is. It's pretty fucking disgusting that in this time of unity and understanding and progression that we're just still the same fucking animals that we've always been.
Yeah, it really has to do with the history of the region more than the religiosity of it. The religiosity of the region and the culture, really has to do with like, I don't want to get very into the weeds and stuff like that.
Regardless of what has seeped into the humans that are there, the humans still have to be complicit. You know, they still have to buy into it or rebel. You made your own decisions. Many others choose not to. You know,
honestly, the younger generation here are like giving me a lot of faith, and like because there's been like a strong liberalization of the youth. Yeah. So there might be progress in the future, but for now we're kind of stuck in this hell cycle.
Right, and it all has to do with the ability to be able to speak, the ability to be able to reach out and across the entire globe like we never had before. And so it's just another good progression. I hope you don't get murdered in your country. I think that's what we all want to say at the end. Don't get fucking murdered. Try not to. You may be
try my best.
But we'll miss you. I'll miss you. Jesus, my God. All right, so what was it? The worst depressing story in the world? Was that the end of it?
Yeah, that was basically the end of it. She's still not shutting up about it, and everyone at work is like sort of avoiding her. And she's noticed, and she's like, she told one of my friends, like, you'll pick this faggot sinner over me.
Over me, yeah.
And
Jesus.
Yeah, over me and shit like that. And she's like, and I love her response back. My friend's response back. She's like, yeah, I can have a conversation with that faggot sinner. I can't have one with you. And it's like, I love it. I just love it. I love my friends. They're like the ones that are here and who have these convictions are very supportive and very behind you, and they don't capitulate to the bullshit they hear, you know? So
may that
they make life easier.
Pussy many times in next week. Lots of pussy punts.
I hope she does. Yeah, I hope she doesn't serve Dave Chappelle Stouffer's stove. Oh my God, stove top stuffing.
I fucked it up now because of you. Stove top stuffing is delicious, bitch.
So I kicked her in the pussy.
I'm bad at this joke. I told you. Fucking all right, so into the lighthearted, into the funny. Now, one of our favorite things to I don't think you even knew how much of a fan of Archer I was, but Archer is one of those shows that I don't know how much you and I've talked about, but it's a show that I know we both love. It's a show that I binge regularly. It's got, now we're on the 11th season of this show that has been around. Seemingly, it feels like forever. We've been in this renaissance of adult-themed cartoons for the past really 10 to 15 years. We've been getting them pumped out. South Park's still doing their type of stuff. But back then, 20, 30 years ago with South Park, Simpsons, Family Guy, they were the only ones. There wasn't a lot of them. They were coming off the heels of the ones and twos of the Ren and Stimpies of the world. Now it's dime a dozen. Now everyone's doing it. Everyone's Rick and Mortying this. Everybody's meta-ing this. Everybody's doing these type of things, and they're getting.
It's very hit or miss, though.
It is, and that's exactly where I was going with it. We have a lot of people, a lot of even the ones who are doing it right, like Harmon. He put out a second animated series on Netflix recently. Some planetary fuck. That is a goddamn piece of shit show. It's awful.
Which one?
They're aliens from another planet, and they get stuck on Earth, and they hate Earth, and I can't remember what it's called. It's fucking terrible.
I don't know that one.
It's got no reach. Like nobody talked about it. That's why you haven't heard of it. But it's really shit.
Yeah, there are a few. Like Netflix has some stinkers.
Sure.
Has a lot of stinkers. But two that stand out from Netflix specifically is Close Enough from the creators of Regular Show, or the creator of Regular Show, and Midnight Gospel, which is Sorry?
I haven't watched either of those.
Oh, you have to. They're so good. A Midnight Gospel is basically snippets from a podcast, and they're intertwined with like intergalactic like intergalactic art styles and themes and plots and stuff like that.
Huh.
Like they talk about spirituality.
Oh, God,
while
no, I'm good. I'm good.
No.
Disenchantment. Let's watch Disenchantment. There's no political
No, fuck
message
Disenchantment.
Fuck
No,
you. Matt Groening killed it with Disenchantment.
It's so good. Like the Midnight Gospel is so good because it's not just like preachy spirituality bullshit. There's so much. Have you ever heard of the podcaster Daniel Trussell?
The name sounds vaguely familiar, but not. I could.
Yeah, he's on Joe Rogan a lot.
Oh, okay. Well, that's why I mean. Okay, then yeah.
Yeah. So like the animation style is great, the characters are great, and how they sort of introduce each topic of the show and how it intertwines with like how people are speaking and how like what goes on in the background as you're watching it. It's so mesmerizing and so good.
I just want to.
Oh my God.
This makes me want to hang myself.
The final episode, his guest is his actual mother on the podcast. And like you see like such an emotional arc happening in the background, and it's so good. I always recommend it to people. Watch the Midnight Gospel, okay?
Sure, that sounds like it's a fun time. Solar Opposites was the name of that awful show that I was talking about earlier, by the way. And I think it was a Hulu
Solar
show.
Opposites.
Yeah. People got excited for it for about 5 minutes because it's Harmon, but Royland and Harmon. And the guy even said that the main character sounds exactly like Rick Sanchez. It's not a very good show. But regardless, we're here for Archer because this is the show that's been around for now 11 seasons, much maligned at times. Archer is not worldly loved all the time. In fact, I would say it's kind of split. People like half the fucking seasons that were out and kind of hate half the seasons that have come and gone. But I found it interesting. I'll find different people who like each opposite half. It's really strange. I like them all. I like the Coma seasons. I like Archer Vice. I like them all. I have yes, there are some bad episodes and there's some really stupid storylines, but it's Archer. It's supposed to be retarded. I never hold that. More stupid the better. Where do you fall in on Archer as a whole? We'll start there. Are you in love with it like I am? Or do you find yourself like some of the masses out there not absolutely in love with each and every single episode?
I am absolutely in love with each and every single season, each and every single episode. Like there are weaker seasons. Like I think Archer Vice is one of their weakest seasons, but I still very much enjoy it.
It's got its moments. Pam is worth the price of admission on Archer Vice. I'm sorry.
Pam is so good, especially in the first Coma season where he's a private detective.
Great.
Yeah, that's where I enjoyed her the most.
It was interesting.
Or him.
Always interesting. Pam's always interesting because of the fact she was kind of lost in a sauce until Archer Vice. They really gave her that huge ultra character then. She had some standout episodes before, but that season was all fucking Pam. She was so important to the season in her coke addiction, and she never looked back from there. They really did open the door with her. And before I let you go a little farther, Nick said this earlier, and I want to read it because it's Nick DiOrio, and you don't dare not read a fucking Nick DiOrio.
Oh yeah,
what's the matter with you? You have to read. Are you nuts? Are you nuts? And don't ever challenge him on air. Don't ever challenge him on air.
I challenge him in private.
I ain't crying.
I did it on air the other day as well.
Oh God, did you cry?
No, he's not.
Are you sure? I've heard crying.
He's not that terrifying.
Oh my God, I've heard there's been a fit of crying lately. I don't know. But
unrelated.
Unrelated. Fair enough. It may be bad right now, and Tobes is forced to live in constant fear. But don't let this distract you from the fact that in 1998, The Undertaker threw mankind off of Hell in a Cell, and he plummeted 16 feet. Nick has a good way of bringing things back to just an understanding level of basic. I love you, Nick. I love you. Don't make me cry. Don't ever make me cry. Toxic Dave, thanks for recommending Archer. Love it so far. You are more than
hell yeah.
All right, so let's go into season 11 here. 10 was the season where he woke up, and Space was probably my least favorite of the three Coma seasons. It was just it was weak. It was just a weak season. But the ending was great. Him waking up, and I liked the way they did it, and his mom being, it really seemed like they were going to change a huge dynamic. We weren't sure exactly how. They teased some weird, creepy shit at the end of the. Do you remember the ending of season 10 where she starts talking about how this has always been a love story?
Oh my God.
It was so weird and out of nowhere. And they just end the season. They just ended it just like that. It was so weird.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like they haven't done that before, but it's never the end of season episode,
Right.
you know?
After he just woke up after 3 fucking years. I'm like, is he about to pipe his mom? What is happening? So he wakes up, and then this whole season, the buildup was all about what are they going to do? Do they go right back to the well? It looked like from the original sneak peek, that's exactly what they were going to do. They were going to bring the dynamic back together, and this was just going to be about Archer tearing things apart and things like that. And then the first 2 episodes dropped, and part of that is addressed, him coming back, but everything else is virtually different. And they do it in different ways. I'm going to let you talk after this, and you go. I want you to go after this. But this is what I want to say. This is my defining biggest thing about this season. They learned valuable lessons about their characters in those 3 seasons where they did the coma. They changed everybody every single season. They changed them in fundamental ways. They made them different genders in cases, different species in cases. They just changed everything about them. And they took that charm from that and brought it to the first 2 episodes so far, at least. And I'm absolutely loving watching this new Archer, figuring stuff out in this new way. And I'm in love with it so far. Tell me what you're feeling about the first 2 episodes of Archer season 11.
Okay. So Archer, like, to the, always has strong themes in every season, and it's always character driven. And I feel like this is, aside from the coma seasons, him having the real life, being in a real life setting, sort of meta textualizes his relationship with a lot of the people around him.
Everybody. And
the fact that his absence changes their lives significantly in so many better ways does kind of lend to the overarching theme of the story, and that is abused shitty people tend to breed abuse within other people. And I love that. And it adds so much to the comedy, it adds so much to the charm, and it adds so much to the just the dynamic between these people, the dynamic between him and his mother, and the fact that he didn't know his father, and it shows right now, especially since, like, his kid, he didn't even, it wasn't even brought up once in the last 2 episodes.
Hasn't been brought up once.
Yeah.
Not once. And they even teased at one point in the first episode where he's like, Lana, I have to ask you one thing. And I'm like, he's going to ask about AJ. And he doesn't. He asks about the guy's skin. So we're seeing Archer fight right now with himself, because I think he learned a lot through the coma episodes, or through the coma seasons, and that's clearly made him appreciate and miss his friends. But he's the linchpin to all the insanity. They're all flawed and broken, terrible human beings. We've seen every one of them do horrible shit over 10 seasons. Not one of them is innocent in any form or fashion. But yet, without Archer and his the never ending, the incessant,
unmitigated,
just destruction, whatever you want to call it,
negativity,
selfishness, whatever he brings, and he unlocks all of it. And then just the little things. He didn't try to fuck with anybody, but him just being there. Back in the past, he fucked with everybody constantly. This time, he didn't have to. Just being around and him making observations was enough to turn everybody against each other immediately. And I love that. But they didn't let it be an entire season thing. They nipped it in the first one. Archer takes a supporting role, which I did not expect.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. By the way, standout in episode 1, Jamie Lee fucking Curtis, who's not a hermaphrodite. She does not have a dick, Tommy. Tommy C is trying to besmirch the beautiful name of Jamie Lee Curtis, and I won't fucking stand for it. She doesn't have a dick. She never did. But she was great in that episode.
Yeah. She was very real. Like that episode had really great jokes. But my favorite has to be when Cyril says, like Odysseus, you visited the land of the dead, and Archer responds, Jesus, Cyril, if I needed to murder subtext, I'd dig up Iran and stick a pen in her hand.
Oh my god.
I was in a Johnny Rockets with some friends, like just doing my own thing, and I bursted out laughing. It's so good. It's so smart. It's so meta. You need a high IQ to understand this.
That's the thing about Archer. You do and you don't. Archer's got all the dick and fart jokes that will please any 5-year-old minded person in the world. It really will. You will get everything you want from the dick and fart and pussy jokes, and it's great. It's always there. But man, do they love their words, and they love to play deeper mind games with comedy, and they do it brilliantly. Constantly. I think the second episode does a much better job of that. Their movie fucking puns, and we'll talk about the second episode in just a moment. Oh my fucking god, I love the second episode. But it was a really good return to the normalcy, but also this new dynamic. What was the biggest shock of the season premiere for you?
It has to be like Cyril getting jacked. Like that had to be the thing. Like it's such a weird thing to think about, especially like when his suit tears and he catches the fucking cane out of Archer. The fact that they're not doing sploosh anymore, got very hurtful. And the fact that Ray and Cyril are now friendly with each other.
Right. It was a weird thing. That first episode, they tried to get everybody in, but no one, like, we didn't see too much out of Ray. We didn't see too much out of fucking what's his name, the goddamn crazy Krieger. Thank you. Him. Yeah. And then all we knew with Carol was that she's suppressing the old Carol, and it's coming out very soon. We just didn't know when. And Pam was basically the same. She was unchanged because I think she's probably the most normal of the group. You know, she's crazy. She's the craziest as well. But when she's
always been a team player,
right? She's just a normal. She wants to be normal. She worked hard. She wanted to become an agent. She stopped being a PR person, you know, or the HR person. And wanted to become an agent and all this stuff. She really wanted to be part of the group. And there's just something wonderful. Obviously, I've always identified with Pam being a fat shit who always wanted to be cool and friendly and everybody, you know what I mean? But always still.
But Pam fucks, dude. Oh, Pam fucks.
Hey, I could fuck like Pam. Okay, trust me. I could fuck like Pam and I can fight like Pam. You want to find out either? We'll pay for one, and the other, all you got to do is take me out. You know. So, and I'll let you figure out which one's which, motherfucker. Riveter, hey, I'm a damn member. Why am I getting commercials? That's not me. Why is Dave getting fucking hate for? That's a YouTube issue. Go talk to Team fucking YouTube. That's not a Dave problem. Appreciate your money, but I didn't do it. I didn't make you watch an ad. That's YouTube's fault, bitches. I'm not gonna take it, YouTube, but give me money. All right. What did you think of Lana, the marriage, the marriage to the old billionaire white? There was obviously some sort of, we knew that she was going to be with somebody. Something was going to happen with that, but this was a little weird. But at the same time, still in that same, something's gonna happen.
It's what you think? Out of left field. I genuinely thought it was going to be Cyril, but I'm thankful that it isn't. Right. Lana could always do better than these two, to be honest. I don't know how much I love the direction they took her husband in. like what type of he's a billionaire with the stuff like that, and it's not my socialist leanings, it's Lana's and her parents. It's kind of like it does serve her character, because Lana is also like selfish, and but she's also very protective of her family, and I think she did that. She married him because she wanted to get a great life for AJ, and stuff like that. But I don't feel like it's like adequately addressed.
I think it did. I think it got addressed, and I think you missed it.
How so?
I think there was a critical line that was uttered by Pam that I think you completely missed. And here's why I think this. They were so on the nose with this guy being supportive but still very confident. Did you notice that? He was incredibly confident. And then Pam says something that really stuck in my head. She said, "I don't know, Archer. You and him have more in common than you might think. So what is it that he's going to have more in common?" Now, we saw an arc like this before, kind of, with Archer's mother when she married the Cadillac dealer. He ended up having a crazy little fucking thing there's going to be something similar like that. I don't know if he's going to be an agent himself. I don't know if he's going to be a spy or something, but whatever it is, Pam knows, and I think that was a little hint to what we're going to see further on, just because I can't think of any other reason why they would do it the way they did. I could be reaching.
Fair enough. Like, that's a theory. That's a plausible theory.
I don't think it's all that crazy. Because it's such a line. Why would she say it if they're not going?
Yeah, and he's an out of left field character, and the show does look into out of left field characters that they introduce.
And here's another thing: he's a billionaire. Where the fuck did ISIS get all the funding from?
But it's not ISIS anymore. It's not ISIS. It's a nameless organization.
I don't think they'll ever call it ISIS again.
Yeah.
Because
quasi-independent.
No, you didn't say ISIS.
Yeah.
He said, "Are we really a spy agency again?" He didn't say ISIS.
Yeah. A quasi-independent. No, I can't do an impression of Change.
Don't worry about it. I feel like I should. That's a great line.
Still don't.
Still don't. She's great. She sounds different.
Mallory.
She sounded a little different to me.
It didn't sound different to me, especially her line where she's like, "By all means, keep staring. Maybe it will reappear." There's
so many things that she always has great lines because she's such a cunt. Mallory is like one of my favorite characters because she's so awful.
I thought oh my god! And I thought we defeated the communists about Europe's labor laws. That floored me.
Not with my union. I'm sure you love that. I'm sure you love that. A reprimand? Not in my union. I gotta go check in the headquarters. Oh my god. This is killing me.
God, I love that.
So the first episode, I thought they did a really good job of bringing the team back together, but clearly stating there is a shift. Second episode, the shift isn't really there. Archer is kind of just being Archer again and taking control. So the second episode revolves around them going to Fight Island, which is just a wonderful fucking thing. But it all starts,
Dragonfire Kumite.
Dragonfire Kumite. And then the twist. We'll talk about the twist in a moment, obviously. But the whole episode, it revolves around the briefing, the meeting. This was a very lesson-based episode. Everything that you need to know the rest of the episode starts in that meeting. Archer being late turns into a huge detriment, and Archer learns that lesson later on and comes to a realization when they're about to die once again. All these things happen, which is a really cool way of showing Archer might be learning a lesson, but maybe not, because you never know. He's fucking Archer. But that was the whole basis of it. Him almost killing himself with the fucking, they set up the shock thing on the cane. Everything was set up in that meeting, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Adam Reed is such a good writer because he does, but like he's the sort of creative head, and he takes the directions of the episode and he builds up the outlines. And that episode is kind of like a testament to just how good he is at doing his job.
Right.
because of how well structured it is and how well it flows after the characters sort of go and do their own thing. It never felt confused. It never felt disjointed. Everything felt really well meshed together. Right. And I have to disagree. I feel like the sort of Archer supporting role is more pronounced in this episode, because of how much like we're getting old Archer and he wants to be in that leading position, but because of how how everyone has a rhythm, he feels so outside of it. And I think the moment that that is symbolized pretty well is when he takes the earpiece off of Lana and puts it on himself, and then everything goes to shit. Yeah, space ears.
I love when he tries
space great.
Yeah, he tries to explain his isms and his sayings by explaining the coma stuff. It was pretty space great. It was pretty space great. And we see him really question his own, if he's really alive for the first time in this episode too, which is a really, really good scene, because so Archer is doing everything the old way, and he's doing it in the face of all the shit that the team is doing now. The team doesn't come on to each other during missions. They don't drink. They don't kill people indiscriminately.
With certain limited exceptions.
Well, yes, Mallory is the certain limited exception. Everything, because she's Mallory. Because remember, the person who broke Archer is Mallory. Mallory created Archer. I mean, we got to remember that. It's very important. Sins of the mother and all of that, yada yada. Yeah, I don't have any mommy issues. She's been gone a year, Tobes, if you can believe that. But anyway, I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. I'm going to continue to not cry. So they go on, they continue through this, and Archer is learning these lessons and having those fucking issues. And then we get to see a callback from the first fucking season. I believe second, maybe third episode, I think second. Conway fucking Stern is Dragonfire. And I absolutely loved it, man. I did not see Conway. I knew it when he grabbed Cheryl. When he grabbed Carol by the throat, and they gave her a look of realization. I really liked that. And then he took off the mask and they did a Scooby-Doo moment. Conway Stern. And then from there, that episode goes fucking awesome. Archer then challenging whether or not he's actually alive, and then just accepting it because, Jesus, this is going to hurt. And then everything that happens with Pam and Conway, Cyril fighting their versions of Chun-Li, or what's the character's name from Bloodsport? It is Chun-Li, right?
I think so. I'm not sure actually.
Bolo Young, he played. I want to say it's Chun-Li. He was the Kumite champion. That fucking Rob Van Dam, Rob. I haven't seen Dam. Rob Van Dam, I say. I believe it'd be Jean-Claude Van Damme. You're related, probably. Oh my god, they both do splits. That's close enough. I don't fucking know.
That's a time cop thing.
Yeah, right. Okay, so what is it? I know Chun-Li, Li, yes, but who was it? What was his name in Bloodsport then?
I have no clue.
Because they chanted Chun-Li. I don't know. I can't. I don't want to do it racist.
Someone in the chat look that up.
I'm waiting for these bitches and they don't. Nobody's fucking telling me anything.
Come on, dude. Put some legwork into it, chat.
Yeah, motherfuckers. We got mods in there too, you bastards. Regardless, I digress. So what did you think of Conway returning, and then obviously the amazing back and forth he had with Pam? That's the highlight of both episodes for me. That back and forth, and
I didn't get it, but it's like it's genius in the way they used and how the dialogue was written to use those puns. Yeah. But I don't know why they started using those puns.
They've always done it.
Just out of nowhere.
Conway Stern was the first guy that, remember, from outside the group to come in, and the first episode, and maybe even the second, because I think it was the third one. Yeah. They set up a lot of those wordy puns, and I got something for this. That's a big overarching theme of I got something for this. But Conway was always better. Conway was always had these really good burners to fucking say, and it was awesome. And then he gets stumped a couple of times by Pam, who's also incredible with that. And then Daniel Day
Muhammad all over the place.
Daniel Day when he gets his fucking foot chopped off, man, they Kunta Kinte him. I couldn't believe it. Oh, it was so good.
Oh my God.
What'd you think?
This hurts way more than losing a hand. It's
Chong Lee. Thank you, River. Thank you. Chong. Close enough.
Thank you, River.
Continue.
But yeah, like did he make any appearances in the Coma Dreams, or was it just Barry?
I think it was just Barry. I don't remember any Conway. He only had the two episodes. He had the one in the original episode, and then he had the one where he shot Archer like 7 times.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Like 7 times, man.
It's Archer's gay lover in Miami. Was that the episode where he was in?
That was that was the first time we saw him. They went to
okay.
The Cuban Hit Squad. Yeah, and that's where we get another great character that we would see only one other time. He was fucking fantastic.
He's still alive. I'm waiting for him to return.
Yeah, it's been a while, man. Archer Vice. That was the last time we saw him and the other 2 assassins.
Yeah,
who did make an appearance.
Gayest thing ever.
They were robots, or no, they were bounty hunters in the space.
Oh yeah, they are.
Yeah, that was them.
But he doesn't appear.
No, he doesn't appear. I wish he did. He was great. He was so good. So yeah, continue on what you thought about the episode.
The Conway Stern was out of left field, but I kind of jumped when I heard them say Conway Stern in unison. And I think Mallory flirting with what's his name? Fuck, the arms dealer.
Yeah, the arms dealer, who was brilliantly played.
Was he voiced by David Cross?
You know who he kind of sounded like a little bit to me was a little Patton Oswaldy, but I know it wasn't him.
Yeah,
but I think it might have been David Cross. I'm gonna look it up right now because I do want to know. Blood Sploosh, which is such a great name. Blood Sploosh is the name of that fucking episode. Oh my God. Arms deal. Let me find him. Go ahead and keep talking while I look this up.
But yeah, I enjoyed that aspect and the dynamic of Mallory and having to do everything by the end of the episode, including capturing him. Like ironically, she's still their best agent. Yeah. And it's in so many ways. Like she always has to fix everything. Like when she I don't remember which season, but when she kills the Italian prime minister, like the entire setup was just so brilliant. Yeah, like she's so good at faking evidence and faking stuff like that, and she goes through with it. She just doesn't want to. Like she's done that. She now wants to live in the life of luxury, and the only thing stopping her is the incompetence of the people around her.
Her son, really? Her son?
Yeah,
they became profitable after she benefited from his death too. His coma.
Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of like even her to an extent wants to turn back the clock to coma o'clock.
Coma o'clock.
Yeah.
I can't find who fucking played him. I can't find it.
Really?
Yeah. I can't find who played him. It's not even on IMDb.
Let's see. Blood Sploosh.
Blood Sploosh. Which is so much fun to play. Does anyone else think that River sounds like John Madden? Boom! No. Leaping Lizard. To use Deji meme, I got no idea what's going on. Yeah, you and me both. It's a rudderless ship for the most part. Regardless of who it was, I know he's played other roles in other seasons before, and he's always a really good voice actor. I always forget who.
I think John Mulaney has a cameo in this season, which I'm really excited about because I love John Mulaney. I
think there's going to be a lot of people. I mean, come on, the first episode, they pulled Jamie Lee Curtis. This is going to be a big season. Remember, this is the show that pulled fucking Christian Slater back from obscurity for no reason, and it was the greatest mid-season fucking acquisition like ever. He was great. He was great.
Yeah.
But I love Christian Slater.
I fucking like. Where do you see the next few episodes going?
I don't know. I'm assuming they're going to continue on this path. I know the episode next is called Helping Hands, and there's a little synopsis here. The agency attempts to steal experimental technology from a reclusive inventor, but they forgot one vital item. Oh, I can already tell. I'm going to love this episode. I can already tell. And it looks like episode 4, we're going to get
the week after.
Yes. And we're going to get there's no name on it, but we're going to, so we're not getting 2 episodes this week.
Yeah.
We're only going to get the 1.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the return of Barry.
Oh God.
Yeah. So at least we know when it's coming. At least
I don't
know when's Barry. Are you done with
Barry? I don't like Barry. Is that
a
hot take?
No, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Barry's so weird. He was great in the first season when he was just the Rube, but then they turned him into a robot, and there's nothing you can do. Then it seemed like we got a balance with Katya, but I don't know. It was really weird.
Yeah. All right. Katya's, we haven't seen her in a while.
No. Nothing. The last we knew, she's running the KGB. Yeah, in peace. And Barry came back, right? No. What was the last thing that happened to Barry in real life?
Barry in real life?
And
did
the
he
farm,
die?
right?
Oh yeah. He got
was
burnt to a crisp. But did he survive that though?
Oh no! We saw him again. He was full when he looking for his mother. He was looking for his mother. This is when they were already. It was in the last season, I think.
Oh yeah, it was in Vice.
Yeah, his mommy. Yeah, he was looking for his mom. That was the last time we saw him. And that was a really weird episode too. It was a weak episode, if I remember. Yeah.
Yeah. Vice had a lot of those because of like the twists and turns in the plot.
Yeah,
especially
it was the Figgis agency. It was after that.
Figgis. Yeah. Figgis. Sorry. Yeah, it's not Vice. Right. Yeah. The one with the actress. What was her name? Vanessa.
Yeah.
Something.
The Bourne? Was it? No. What was her name? But she kills Archer. Or tries to, at least. Whatever. She was awful.
Yeah. Yeah. She was awful. She was poorly cast and poorly written, in my opinion.
Agreed, both.
Yeah.
So what do you what give me the ratings for the episode? What did you think of both episodes? We've actually talked an hour already, believe it or not.
I would say, oh wow, really?
Yeah, Veronica Dean, by the way.
Veronica Dean. I would say the first episode is a 10 out of 10. I would say the second episode is a slight 9 out of 10 because none of the jokes stuck with me as much as the jokes in the first episode.
Fair. I go opposite. I like the second episode just a little bit more because seeing Archer excited for Fight Island did everything for me. And I like the reversion of most of the characters.
Work-related erection. Oh my God.
Oh, that was fantastic. Work-related erection was a great line. But all the things that happen, remember, at the end of the episode, Pam's a drunk again. Old Cheryl's back. You got old Hottie McHotterson's always going to be who she is, and then nothing you can do about that. And then poor fucking Figgis is left behind. He's the Rube once again. So I don't know if the ultimate goal of the second episode was to kind of restore a balance, but they at least hinted at it. And I thought it was what I loved most was that it was over a parking space. It was over a fucking parking space. Did you leave Figgis behind because of over a parking space?
Yeah, shouldn't have coma jacked my parking space.
Coma jacked my oh my God! So I'm looking forward to see what happens.
Brilliant. And the voice actor, I think his name is Bowen Yang.
Yeah, I didn't think that was him, but I wasn't sure. But I think I know. For some reason, there's a face that associates with it. Yeah. But I can't.
It got very David Crossy.
Yes, very David Crossy. Yeah. I do agree with that. So what do you want to do for the third? When is the third episode? Do we know?
The third episode is tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken.
It is. Are you up when it comes on that late?
How? Wait, when does it air?
Or something like 9 or
10 o'clock.
Yeah.
10 o'clock EST.
Yeah. So like add 5, 6, maybe even 7.
Nope. Hold on.
No, well, it doesn't matter. It's late as fuck. Do you think you'll make it?
EST.
Because we could do it right after. We can go live directly after it.
Oh yeah, I think that's possible. The problem is the way I watch it. Like there needs to be like I need to wait until the episode becomes available for me. Yeah.
How long?
2 to 3 hours.
Well, shit.
Yeah, that's.
I will have to do it the next day, unless we could fiddle with some stuff in Discord. We could fiddle with some shit in Discord, like we can turn on a screen share, but that's kind of janky. I'm sure you don't want to watch it in crappy quality like that.
No, it's actually pretty good. I've watched a lot of movies with friends on Discord. The quality can be really good.
Well, let's do a viewing party then. Let's go sit on Discord. And if people want to come in and do it with us, they absolutely can. In fact, members only. Members and subscribers only, you bitches. Because I haven't done enough members only stuff. We got 9 members on the channel. Love each and every fucking one of you guys, and I appreciate them. So let's do something just for them. So tomorrow, in a special room on Discord during Archer, we're gonna watch it. And if we have to hold it off a couple of minutes, I'll host it. It's not a problem. I can pause it live on Xfinity, and I'll just start it up as soon as we're ready. And we'll go.
Hell yeah.
So it'll be fantastic. You said it works for you?
Yeah, it works for me. Actually, it's even better than I think. Hold on. Yeah, I think the timing is even better.
And if you got to pull. No big deal.
Yeah.
Yes, Zanta. Yes. Well, you're a sub on Twitch, so you're fine.
Yeah.
Subs on YouTube. Subs on Twitch, members on YouTube. By the way, if you guys want to get into the Discord, feel free. We'll take a couple questions, calls, and then we'll get out of here.
Hell yeah.
What were you about to
say? I watched fucking Jay and Silent Bob today.
Oh, you watched Reboot?
Yeah, I did watch Reboot. I finally have it available, and I sat down and watched it. The thing I gave it a 5-star review.
Ooh.
With the caption, "This is my sort of trash fire."
It's perfectly stated. I feel it's a culmination of his entire career. Everything he's learned, everything we've seen, there's a little bit of all of it in this movie. I love it. Thank you, Ben Adams, for becoming a member. Welcome to the Mush Pop Club there. I don't know what friggin' thing you decided to do, but I'm just going to go ahead and see here. So you're number 10. You're number 10. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you, Benny.
Hell yeah.
That was very nice of him. So you can join tomorrow, and you can be a part of that. Hey, one of us. There it is. We'll do a hat change. We'll put a big... Oh, you know what? Pooh Wizard time. There we go. I am now a shithead.
Well, we know. We just don't say it out loud.
Wow. Okay. See, that wasn't very nice. That wasn't very nice of you to say, sir. That was
I know.
Cut me. Anyway, so you loved Reboot then?
I did. My favorite part was the Chasing Amy segment.
It was good.
Chasing Amy is possibly it's top 10 favorite movies of all time.
It's good,
but definitely my favorite Kevin Smith movie.
It seems kind of like it's so cheap to say this because it was one of the first bigger budget attempts. But I love Dogma so much. God, I fucking love Dogma, and it didn't get much love in this movie, but I did love Dogma.
I like Matt Damon's cameo in it. Absolutely
the quick
wonderful.
Little synopsis of what happened in Dogma. That was it. What happened in Dogma? That was all we got. We got a little tiny snippet of Matt Damon just quickly explaining shit.
Which is it was fantastic. Yeah, it worked really well.
But I love seeing Rosario Dawson. Loved seeing her. She was great.
Love Rosario Dawson.
She's
fucking What? Sorry.
She's always fantastic.
Oh, okay. I for some reason I heard she's a lesbian.
I mean, in the movie she was.
In the movie, yes.
Yeah.
In real life, she's dating Senator Cory Booker.
I don't care whose dick she's sucking. It doesn't bother me one iota. I love her as an actress. See, you have to reduce
She's
somebody down to
fantastic.
their sexuality. Me, I don't. I can appreciate.
I heard lesbian, but you said she's always excellent.
Lesbian. That's right, Tobes. You heard lesbian. That's right. Hear what you want to there, Mr. Fucking looking for a reason always. Affleck showing up as a winner. Yes. And especially in the role that he showed up. It was the right role. Father, and all of it. That was great. Showing that they raised the daughter together after all that was really fucking cool.
And I loved Kevin's commentary at like about the movie itself. Like what would it take to remake Chasing Amy today? It needs something like a queer perspective or a woman's perspective, and I really, really appreciate that, especially from Kevin.
Well, Kevin is very sensitive. You know that. He's
Kevin's
sensitive for everybody.
And as much as I love Chasing Amy, there are certain aspects of it as a queer person that could have been done better. That's it.
Sure. I mean, but you're always considering he's not a person who has sucked the dick himself. I think he got about as close as he could have. You know, I mean, he got pretty fucking close.
I mean, it's a personal story.
Yeah, and remember, the perspective that he's telling it is from literally his own perspective. He's telling his story there in Chasing Amy, and that's why it was such a big success for so many people. Because people who knew him knew the story, you know. And by then, rumors had already gotten out. People had heard. People had known some of the things that had gone on. It was just it was an awesome thing. I love Chasing Amy. I'm not one of those people who shit on Chasing Amy. I love it.
I shit on Jersey Girl, and
everybody shits on.
There was a lot of this. Yeah, a lot of this movie shits on Jersey Girl.
But that's a better movie than it gets credit for. I really do believe that.
I mean, the themes of it are really great, but I don't think they're particularly well explored.
God, you're fucking boring. Reboot is about the same for me as the new Bill and Ted. I don't know if you think that isn't positive, but I actually really like the new Bill and Ted movie. I don't know why.
I have not seen the new Bill and Ted movie.
I can't tell you why I liked it, but I did. I don't know if it was just all nostalgia, but I liked it a lot. I own it. I bought it. I was like, fuck it. I wanted to see it immediately. And I
based on what I've been told, it has like a lot of the charm of the first and second one.
It does. It really does. I mean, because they just, I don't know if they get credit for being good actors, but they should. They went right back in. They went right back into the roles and they felt like them. They felt like older. This is what they would do. If they never did write the song, what would they be like? Would they be constantly struggling? And these guys are just, they're loserly, good-hearted people who continue. And I love that. And the movie really does a good job.
Yeah, $1 Million Heart, Nickel Brain.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And then they do a good job of exploring the relationships between their kids and the fucking and their wives and stuff. We get to see more of them, and they do all the time travel stuff that we see in all the other movies and stuff. It's just a really fun. I enjoyed it.
What?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry. No, the actress Kristen Schultz that plays
Louise.
Sorry.
Louise. She plays Louise in Bob's
Burgers. She plays Louise on Bob's Burgers, but she was in the movie too. I think she was. Wasn't she playing like? Yeah.
Yep.
Which I thought was pretty cool. I saw the clip when Keanu and Alex were doing an interview on Colbert, and I was really excited to see her because she's fantastic.
Oh, I love her. I love her to death. I didn't like the TV show she did, the Last Man on Earth show, too much. It was okay.
Yeah, a lot of people say it's really good, but I watched the first 2 episodes and I wasn't really into it.
It dies really fast. They don't have their chemistry is shit together, and it never gets any better. It's really just not very good. River says, yeah, but no George Carlin. No, but they do the best that they can. There's this really wonderful, touching scene that they do that I know Tobes is going to love. They real quick, not too much spoiler, but they do this. They go to the future. You can mute yourself if you want, real quick. But they go to the future.
Okay.
And we get to see the original fucking telephone booth, and Rufus is there as a hologram. And he, hello, dudes. It was just a really cool scene. It was the best we could have got. It was really good. So I enjoyed it.
Oh, okay.
I enjoyed it. And yes, Jen Schwalbach is who Kevin Smith is married to. And yes, she was the tall female gangster from Strike Back. She was also one of the people who got killed in Red State. One of the women I love that he killed his own wife in Red State. I thought that was fantastic.
That was an awkward ride home.
I'd want to fucking murder Jen Schwalbach too. Jesus.
What?
She's a man-hating woman who fucks like a demon. That's goddamn Kevin Smith's own wife. And I believe. But
that's his wife.
That's his wife, yeah, absolutely. And he is a goddamn pet in that house. I believe that too. He's run by those women, and he'll probably openly admit it too. He's a fucking vegan now. Kevin Smith was never going to eat a vegetable ever. Put enough pussy on him, and then threaten to take it away. He's gonna be eating vegetables. In fact,
I think it's his daughter that broke him.
I think so too. It was just my same reasons as well why I stopped being a complete fat shit. Because I wanted to be around for my kid. It'll do a lot for you, you know?
It's so good. I fucking, I want more of... I want more 90s Kevin Smith, which I don't know if we're going to get. But if he keeps pumping out shit like this, if it makes me laugh tremendously, then absolutely.
I just want to see where he goes. You know, he's having fun. He's having fun, and he really, really, really does a great job. You know, he's doing the movies he wants to do at this point, and I have no problem with it. I'm not going to be the one to be like, no, fuck you, make something I want, because I'm getting it anyway.
And the charm translates well.
Yeah. He's the king of the nerds. He's the king. Mm-hmm. That's it. He is the man, the myth, and the legend.
I love when he literally just calls himself an overrated pop culture figure. But through that,
Kevin Smith, if he didn't shit in his own mouth.
It's fantastic.
It is. Well, it doesn't look like we got anyone in the Discord, so let's go.
Fucking losers.
Fucking losers. That's all right. We gave you an hour of kick-ass content, so suck it. You got a fucking depressing story of Tobes almost getting killed. We got deeper into Archer that you'll probably ever hear two people fucking get into that are not, professionals. Yeah, you can have a triple cheeseburger and have kids. Why do we have to be extremists in the chat? Have a cheese. Nixie, you're in good shape. You're a good looking woman. Stop. You know what? Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I'm a fat shit. Stop it. All right. Tobes, take us home. Tell the kids where they can find you, what you're up to, and anything else that you want to talk about. No politics, you cunt. And then we're going to get out.
No politics. But quick recommendation. If you haven't watched Lovecraft Country on HBO, there are, I think, 6 episodes out right now. Binge them right now. The latest episode was fucking phenomenal, and I do recommend everyone in the chat watching it.
So I'm assuming Lovecraft Country, H.P. Lovecraft
H.P. Lovecraft. Yes,
which I'm not. I have no problems with at all because, I might love a little H.P. Lovecraft. I might. Once upon a time, there may have been a day, so I might have to check that out. Actually, I'm not.
It's absolutely brilliant.
I think I might have to.
They talk about it all the time on Fat Man Beyond.
I haven't, I stopped listening to a lot of podcasts. I haven't, dude, I'm kind of really lame at the moment. I'm either streaming or I'm sleeping. And if I just happen to see, I didn't even know Archer was on last week. It was completely took me by surprise. No idea.
Oh, well, me too.
Right. But it was,
you're the one who told me that it was out.
Yeah, I know. I was the one who broke it. You're like, oh shit. It was great. Alrighty, Rue. I'll check that out. And I probably am going to have to watch The Boys. I caught a trailer. I might have to
Nick will tell you. Nick never fucking shuts up about The Boys.
I didn't know. I didn't know what. I avoided everything. I didn't know anything. Anybody who was like, oh, watch The Boys. I could have told you what it was about. Could have put a gun against my head. Could have told you what it was about. I saw a trailer. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. So it's kind of like Watchmen, but filthier.
Yeah, and it looks like it's right up my alley. So.
Yeah. Also, another recommendation is the limited series of Watchmen that happened on HBO. Fucking brilliant. Regina King just won an Emmy for that one. Fucking well deserved.
Yeah. It's getting a lot of love as well. So there you go. I think you guys got a bunch of recommendations, and hopefully you got some insight on Archer. Anything you guys want to tell us about Archer, put it in the comment section below. Keep the conversation going. And you're going to get this every week. In fact, you're going to get another one of this tomorrow. If you're a member or a sub, you can jump into Discord right here tomorrow. Tobes and I, we're going to watch the new episode of Archer. Then we're going to go live immediately after and quickly review it. Sound good to you?
Hell yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Go follow him. He's Tobes. Film oddities everywhere. He's the man. Love him to death. Thank you so much for being here once again, my dude. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Thank you, Ben Adams, for the wonderful membership, and I hope all of you have a fantastic day. If you want to support more, I'll be over on Twitch a little bit later. We're trying to get to the donation goal for the month, and I'm probably going to do our stupidest thing we've ever done to date. If we get there, I will own and operate my own OnlyFans for 30 days. There will be no dick pics.
Oh my God, that's actually real. Okay,
it is real.
This is the fucking donation goal.
It's gonna happen if I hit it there. And let me tell you, I have some of the weirdest fucking ideas ever.
Oh my God,
and
this is gonna be worse than Onision's.
Oh, I guarantee you, I'm gonna out cringe the world with this, and I'm very excited to do so. But some of the things that I can tell you is going to happen, and one thing that is not weird, but something that everybody's asked me to do over the course of the years when they found out that I wrote a book, they wanted me to read the book. I will be putting on the OnlyFans my entire book in audio format, reading it, the whole shebang. So that will be there. And then a whole bunch of weird shit of me slapping different fat body parts on myself. So I'm excited for all.
God.
Kitty's coming back too, motherfuckers. Everything short of my cock is what you're going to get on my OnlyFans. Yeah. And it's only going to be $1 for everybody. I'm very excited.
I mean, I think threatening people to donate.
Maybe I should say if I don't reach 1,000, I'm gonna do the OnlyFans for a month. That might be the better idea. Maybe you motherfuckers better every month that I don't reach 1,000 from here on out. I'm opening up the motherfucking OnlyFans. That's what you brought on. You keep this bitch caged, or that's what you're getting. All right, let's get out.
Keep this machine oiled, or else you're gonna see me oil up that ass.
Grease them cheeks. Grease them cheeks. Thank you guys very much for being here once again. I saw Mystic in the chat for a second. That got me all kinds of sexified. How you doing there, gorgeous lady? And the rest of all of you guys, well, some of you get me hard, but most of you just get my butthole wet. Thank you, Tobes, for being here. Have a good one, and we'll see the rest of you next time right here on Dead on Dave on the YouTube. Check me out on Twitch as well. See you later. Peace.